In the northern section of the triangle-shaped marsh, the team is looking for other potential caches of hidden goods. They found a piece of shaped wood 3 feet underground, which may be connected to a building nearer the surface or another one farther below. The group is committed to finding solutions, and, as the excavation progresses, archaeologist Jack Begley teams up with archaeologist Fiona Steele and her assistant Todd Langth to examine a mysterious circular foundation close to the shore. The test pit's objective is to determine whether the gap in the rocks serves as an entrance. The fact that this is the section of the entire edifice that has been located is an added benefit. The crew has found man-made mortar that matches soils from over 100 feet deep in the money pit. Additionally, some portions of the feature, as well as a variety of coins and antiquities from the 14th to the 18th centuries, have been unearthed in the money pit area. A hinge piece that Fiona thinks is a diamond or some kind of cut glass is one of the items that have led the team to conclude that the feature was utilized and altered by several people throughout a number of ages when riches may have been placed in the money pit location. Fiona is unsure, but Jack believes that this hinge may have come from a chest or box. The rest of the hinge and its contents are being bagged. As they continue to search the swamp and its possible treasure caches, the team is committed to finding the answers to these questions. Over the past 10 years, the Ligas and their button that may have been made between the late 1600s and the mid-1700s. It is unusual that no buttons for clothing or tunics have been discovered previously. The button may have been made in the 17th century and may have been connected to the cut English coin discovered in the round feature on Lot 5. Finding a button excites the team because it might include military insignia that would enable the archaeologists to locate the events on Lot 5. Additionally, the scientists discovered an ancient coin weight that seemed to be lead. The team is thrilled about the prospect of discovering a lead coin weight, since it may have been connected to the Knights Temple and could have been used to divide up amounts of treasure. This kind of coin weight was used by merchants and farmers as early as 305 BC to guarantee the true value of coins and prevent counterfeiting. The team is eager to keep looking and discover more priceless items in the vicinity of the money pit. Archaeologists have found that the money pit location has a significant concentration of precious metals. Rick Lagena and Gary Drayton. In Lot 5 spoils, archaeologist Lennon and Arima metallurgist Emma Culligan are searching for a gold coin and potentially a lead weight. The round feature on Lot the 5th of May shed light on the use of the round feature. Emma scanned both artifacts using the Skyscan 1273 CT scanner and the X-ray Fluoresce ENT spectrometer XRF to ascertain their composition. She discovered that the copper-iron alloy had a high content of lead, no aluminum, and no severe indicators of modernity. The composition is believed to be between the 1700s and early 1800s English. The lead weight on Lot 5 is thought to be modern with an extremely high phosphorus content, which is notwithstanding the skeptics' contention that the sword might have been imported to the island later by European collectors or via trade channels. However, the results were inconclusive because some elements did match Roman metallurgy, such as copper, tin, lead, and arsenic, all of which are consistent with ancient Roman bronze. The team discovered that the sword resembled ceremonial weapons given to gladiators and high-ranking Roman officers, with the hilt featuring Hercules aligning with Roman symbolism. The sword's cast did not adhere to accepted Roman methods, indicating a later era that may have been medieval or early modern. According to some scholars, it may have been built in the 18th or 19th century, using Roman architectural inspirations, or it may have even been purposefully positioned there by someone wishing to heighten the island's mystery. The idea that the Romans had lived on Oak Island was severely undermined when Dr. Christina Bro, a chemistry professor who specializes in metal analysis, performed a more thorough scan and discovered that the sword contained a high amount of zinc, which was not normally used in ancient Roman bronze. This suggests that the sword was made of modern brass rather than ancient bronze. However, not everyone was persuaded, as some noted that some ancient mines contain naturally occurring zinc that could have been converted into Roman bronze through natural processes. A new knowledge of early transatlantic migration and the history of the island of the Oak Island sword has resulted from the team's efforts to determine whether the sword was actually ancient. In the history of the island, discovery has generated debate. While some experts contend that it is a contemporary fake or the result of 19th century craftsmanship, others think that because of its distinctive metal composition at discovery, it may be a real ancient item. For more than 2 centuries, Oak Island has teased history buffs and treasure hunters with various finds that seem to contradict this. For instance, Roman-style crossbow bolts that matched the design of bolts used by the Roman soldiers were discovered on the occasions. He wants to sell the Duncan Creek. Rick is now confronted with a significant personal decision. The prospect of owning his own ground looms large, and the gravity of this choice could reshape the entire trajectory of his mining journey. Imagine the dilemma. On one side, the security of owning the land beneath which potential fortunes lie, and on the other, the challenge of meeting the production goals with the clock ticking. It's a decision that could either propel Rick into a new era of mining success or add another layer of complexity to his already intricate venture. But that's not the interesting part. Taylor, with a matter-of-fact demeanor, reveals the terms. $250,000 as a down payment, equivalent to 150 ounces of gold. Now that's how you make a deal with the gold diggers. Surprised by the unexpected proposition, Rick finds himself deep in thought. The idea of owning the very land he's been working on is both appealing and overwhelming. Unsure about taking such a significant step, Rick acknowledges that he is not sure if he can take such a massive step at this already challenging moment. The financial commitment attached to this decision plays on his mind, creating a whirlwind of considerations. As the discussion unfolds, Rick wrestles with the weight of this unforeseen opportunity. The offer of $250,000 or 150 ounces of gold is undeniably substantial. Noted for its strong connection to the land and its past, offers important insights into Muisca culture and beliefs. As Josh and Ashley explore the ruins, they are astonished by the monument's size and complexity. Each find gets them closer to solving the secrets of El Dorado and comprehending the Muisca civilization's heritage. However, the path is not without hurdles. Josh and Ashley's stamina and willpower are put to the test as they navigate the dense jungle environment and unexpected weather. But their ambition to learn the truth motivates them ahead, taking them further into the heart of the jungle and closer to the mysteries lying under the surface. The Muisca people, an indigenous group in Colombia, believe in Chiminigagua, a creator who created both the sun and moon. Gold was considered a valuable material in their society, representing the sun's life-giving energy. The Museum of Gold in Bogotá showcases an extraordinary collection of over 55,000 gold pieces, which represents only around 5% of the entire gold gifts made by the Muisca people to their gods. The Muisca were famous for their complex gold work, created using a method called lost wax casting to produce elaborate designs and figures. Josh and his friends set out to explore Colombia's most holy area, the Temple of the Sun. They encounter Carlos Candle, the community's leader, who guides them through the details of Muisca society. The rituals involved in this ritual include tobacco, rape, cleaning offerings, cotton balls, and chicha, a holy and mildly intoxicated fermented maize drink. The Muisca use rituals to establish their cultural identity while maintaining a spiritual connection with their ancestors and the natural environment around them. Josh and Ashley embark on a trek from the Temple of the Sun to the Muisca people's ceremonial center at Lake Guatavita, a place rich in El Dorado legend. According to Candile and Ashley Cowie, the myth of El Dorado originated from a ritual conducted at this lake, making it an important place for understanding Muisca culture and history. The distinctive golden raft on exhibit at the Museum of Bogotá is a symbolic portrayal of a real raft used in ceremonies on Lake Guatavita. During the coronation ceremony, the Muisca king, known as the Zipa, stood on the raft surrounded by attendants. This ritual celebrated the king's installation and was an important event in Muisca society, representing the ruler's spiritual and political authority. Lake Guatavita possessed great spiritual importance for the Muisca people. Thousands would flock to see the ascent of their gold-covered emperor, known as the Zipa, who would dive into the lake, symbolizing his transformation into El Hombre Dorado, the Golden Man. The El Dorado myth demonstrates the continuing importance of myth and narrative in human civilization. The appeal of the unknown, combined with the promise of limitless wealth, ignited centuries of explorers' imaginations, pushing them into undiscovered territory in pursuit of this mythical city of gold. The narrative of El Dorado continues to fascinate people worldwide, demonstrating the everlasting draw of adventure and the pursuit of wealth. The stories of El Dorado and the intriguing story of the Muisca people remind us of the power of myth and the never-ending hunt for wealth. As Josh Gates wraps up his journey through the strange world of John Dillinger's stolen money, The attraction of hidden treasures and the thrill of adventure continue to fascinate our imaginations.